Hey guys, how's it going? Billy here, coming at you today with a quick update, record store day update. As you guys are well aware, I'm sure last Friday was Black Friday record store day, and I had just a few things on my list that I wanted to pick up. After looking through the list, I thought there were only three things. At least I had narrowed it down to three things that I really wanted. So went in hoping to at least get those three things, and ended up getting those three things and then some, which is typically how it goes with me anyway. With record store day, I didn't go too crazy, but I did reach out to a couple of you guys, a handful of you guys, and see if there was anything you guys were looking for. If I could help you out in any way, and Ronnie did get back with me and said he wasn't going to be able to go out. So he asked if there were one particular thing, and luckily I had seen it at one store. I had already left by the time he got back with me, but anyway, went back and picked it up. It was still there. So there's also a couple things in here in this update that just recent things that I have acquired as well. But let's jump right into it here, starting with that thing that Ronnie was looking for, the Twisted Sister Christmas, a Twisted Christmas. I had thought about getting this one for me, but since I'd picked up a few other things, there was really no need for me to pick this one up and spend any more money. So Ronnie had said he wasn't going to be able to head out and get anything, and this was something that he really had on his list, and I didn't mind at all helping a brother out on that one. So that one's going out to Ronnie at Ronnie's Record Room. And then number one on my list, right here, Steve Earle, El Corazon. This album holds a very, very, very special place with me. It's kind of one of those albums, I think it's a matter of when it came out. You know, 1997, I had just moved to Nashville in late 96, recorded my my first album, spent a lot of time on the road the summer that this came out, and this album really resonated with me. I mean, it stuck with me. So I was, this album's, like I said, it's always been very, very special to me. And there the dogs go barking upstairs. Somebody must be knocking at the door. But I was so glad that, for some reason, this was the only album that they had not released from Steve Earle's catalog on vinyl. So when I heard that it was coming out, that there was, come hell or high water, I was going to end up with this one. And guys, what the packaging on this was first class. They did a really nice, inner sleeve with lyrics, custom artwork, and then there's also a lithograph, very cool, not nicely printed on hard, thick cardstock. It even has the credit to the artist there on the back, but a very nice lithograph reproduction of the front cover art. So I was happy to see that they did go above and beyond, and it's a stellar pressed vinyl as well. They did a great job. Whoever pressed it did a great job pressing it. It's really nice, cut very well. And man, when I first put on, those of you who are Steve Earle fans, and especially fans of this record, you'll know what I'm talking about. But when I first put this on, and the opening notes to Christmas Time in Washington came on, I literally got goosebumps. It took me back. It really meant a lot. So I was happy to get this album here, and I probably am going to pick up another copy just to keep one clean. This was my second album on the list that I really wanted from Dimebag Darrell, The Hits. Get the little bit of the glare off there. I still got it in the shrink, so I'm going to keep the shrink on it because they have these record store day stickers and, you know, all the hype stuff on there. So while this is Dime, it's not Pantera. It's still very, very cool, though. It's just more of an EP. 5 songs, 3 on side A, 2 on side B. But it's Dime. Some of them are just Dime doing everything. He plays all the instruments, but the majority of the stuff is Dime and some friends. Just going in the studio, getting liquored up, and laying down some stuff. You know, Dime is a decent vocalist as well. A lot of people didn't realize that because Phil did all the vocals with Pantera. But you know, here's your inner sleeve there as well. Has a really nice like, I guess you would call it a forward from forward like in a book. But of course, lyrics on one side, but then little stories from the guys who were affiliated with the record about their time in the studio with Dime when they came up and recorded this stuff. You know, just how crazy it was and things like that. But it was it's a really good listen. A short listen, but still really good nonetheless. So there's Dimebag Darrell, the hits. And that one I believe is the Steve Earle is on standard black vinyl. This one is on black vinyl as well, but they do have really nice poly-lined inners on this, which I can certainly appreciate because I know how expensive they are just making my own record. This was the last that I thought that I really wanted from Record Store Day. So last Record Store Day, they came out with they reissued a Waylon Jennings, and this Record Store Day they have one called New Stuff. Now what this is, the last one there were only 250 pressed, and I believe this one, while still being a regional issue, I think it had 500 or 1,000 pressed of this one. So it's not nearly as rare, but still extremely hard to find. I went to 3 different stores and only found this one copy. But that's just because I was first in line there and was able to just grab those 3 things that I wanted real quick. And they did only have one copy of each of those 3 things that I picked up. So the story behind this is Shooter was going through his dad's old stuff, some tapes and demos and things like that, and he came across a tape. There's the cassette there, and that's what's really cool is that this is all Waylon's hand here. He wrote all this stuff, and he stumbled across a tape called New Stuff, and so he had somebody go through. He credits who went through and did it. But anyway, somebody went through and completely remastered everything, and they cut it on vinyl, and it's really cool just to have something like this. It's 11 songs, and it's I believe it's the last 11 songs Waylon had a hand in writing or recording before he passed away in 2002. So it was really, really cool to have this beautiful artwork and packaging on here as well. The flame orange here, the fire orange, is kind of the theme, and the vinyl with custom center labels on. Very, very cool. It's like a fire looking yellow, orange, and red splatter vinyl there, but very cool. Like I said, it's nice to have that in the collection. Being a huge Waylon fan, I was glad to be able to pick this one up. I know that Steve and a couple others had said they were looking for that. And weren't able to find it at their stores. There are a couple on Discogs and a couple on eBay at this point, and you can pick them up for 20 or 25 bucks if you're interested. And it's definitely worth it. So from here on out, there are 3 more things that I picked up. Actually, 4. Hang on one second, because there's one up here that I was listening to a little bit ago. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just had to grab something real quick that I was listening to a minute ago, and it was part of this Record Store Day haul. So those were the 3 things that I really went to get, And these next few things were things that I picked up that I wasn't intending to get. This is another, I guess you could call it a Waylon Jennings release. Look at how that threw off the white balance there. It's one thing I hate about not being able to lock these things in on the phone. Maybe you can, I'm just too stupid to figure it out. But anyway, see, now we're back to being all right. But this is a, when in the early 90s, maybe 95, 96, when We Were Kings, the Muhammad Ali movie came out, Waylon had written a song. I believe it, I don't know, it says, "Here's to the man, Muhammad Ali." I can hardly read his chicken scrawl there, but like I said, this is in Waylon's hand. That's a little letter about the song that he had written. "Here's to the Champion" is the name of the song, okay? So Waylon had recorded his version. There's Waylon's on there. It's a Dave Cobb remix, which is super cool. And then Shooter went ahead and brought in some of his buddies to record their own versions of this song and put it on an album. So this has Jamie Wyatt and Shooter Jennings with their version, Willie Nelson, Willie and Waylon, then Waylon's acoustic demo, the original acoustic demo, not the Dave Cobb remix, but this is the original acoustic demo, is another track. Jesse Dayton, and then Jesse Coulter and Chris Christopherson do their version as well. So I thought, you know, for I think this was like 16 bucks. I had to pick it up and give it a try, and it's very, very cool, and I'm glad to have it. There was a Willie Nelson release, Spirit, that as I was grabbing this stuff, I kind of looked down and saw that. The next guy in line grabbed the Willie Nelson Spirit, and this. He had the Willie Nelson Spirit and the Eric Church Mistress Name Music Holding My Own 7-inch. And he had picked those up and stood there for a while. He ended up putting back the Eric Church 7-inch. I'm not a huge fan of 7-inch singles, but and this was like $9, $10, which is kind of silly for a 10-inch. But you know, Eric he's always been a big supporter of Record Store Day, and I'm a huge Eric Church fan. What a I'm glad I got this now, because what a beautiful label, you know, custom label, custom artwork on both sides, and it really does sound good. It's live tracks off of his upcoming project, 61 Days in Church. It's a box set, a live box set from his Holding My Own tour. So I was glad to pick that up. So that guy set that down, but he held on to the Willie Nelson Spirit. And I really wanted to grab that, and I may end up going out and trying to find one of those. But what the other Willie Nelson that they had, now watch the white balance go crazy here again. Well, the white balance didn't really do anything, but we're good. Was a high quality 180 gram reissue, remastered pressing of Yesterday's Wine. What a great record, a legendary record by Willie. You know, it's got me and Paul, Yesterday's Wine, Going Home. Those are the only ones that are coming to me off the top of my head. But what a great great package they put together here. Nice gatefold, very, very well done. It's it's either a Quality Records pressing or a Friday Music. I can't remember who put this out, but it is definitely an audiophile pressing. I'll show you this. It's a 24 by 24 poster. Well, there's no need to really unfold it. Basically, it's a 24 by 24 inch poster of the front cover. Very, very cool to have that. And man, when I say 180 gram, this is more like a 200 gram. Check that out. I mean, this thing is heavy duty with the old, the classic RCA Victor labels there. This thing is as heavy as they come, and it's cut very well, and it sounds as clean as the day it was cut. I was very happy to grab this. At first, I was bummed that I wasn't able to secure the Spirit and I kind of felt like I was settling for this. But trust me, guys, there's no settling when it comes to this. This is a I have an original copy of this, and this is as clean as I have ever heard this album. If you get a chance to pick it up and you're a Willie Nelson fan, pick it up. It is absolutely phenomenal. It's great. And lastly, you know, I talk a lot of shit on Neil Young, but I saw that he was releasing Harvest Moon, and David Michael and a couple of you other guys will probably appreciate this. But I saw that he was releasing Harvest Moon, which to a lot of you Neil Young fans, I've heard you talk and Beller and carry on about how great of an album this is. And they had it priced for $27.99, I believe it was, for a double LP. I believe it's 180 gram vinyl, but man, it really is a beautifully well packaged product. They did a great job. There's an insert in here, and I think this is just on, yeah, so it's on 180 gram black vinyl with the Reprise why do I always center labels? And then this is only 3 sides. The 4th side is a super cool etching of the front cover. If you guys can see that there. There you go. So kind of cool that they did that. As much as I would like 4 sides of music, I'm fine with not having to get up and change it as often as you would have to for 4 sides. At least they didn't just leave that 4th side blank. So, you guys, I had said I was going to show some other things in here, but we're already at 17 minutes. So let's just leave this as a record store day finds, and then I will do a vinyl update, our recent finds or recent pickups here in the next day or so. So, guys, I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a good record store day. Those of you who are going out to get records for record store day. If not, hope you guys had a great weekend. Good Cyber Monday. And just all around doing well. Thank you guys for tuning in. Take care. Until next time, peace.